Last night I did a full reaction of the first episode of the season 3 of Kimetsu no Yaiba, the Swordsmith Village arc, and I am going to talk about a few issues, not issues, let's say it's a pretty fast analysis of the episode. I'm not gonna go and give you a summary of what happened. I actually kind of might do that. Okay, let's do that. Shurukani. So we have Tanjiro being in a coma, waking up, and actually before that we have the meeting amongst the upper moon. The fact is, I'm gonna start from the upper moon part. I am not a fan of Kimetsu no Yaiba myself. I do enjoy watching Kimetsu no Yaiba because of the graphics and how ufotable has crafted such a wonderful and masterfully crafted, yeah, I used crafted twice in a single sentence, pardon my English, images. And the thing here is, I do know I have made videos in Farsi language about the issues that I have, that Kimetsu no Yaiba has, objectively, not just my opinion. But here's the thing, we had 15 fucking minutes just on the meeting of the upper moon, and it was so majestically crafted, it was so fucking good that I couldn't contain my excitement. And this is Kimetsu no Yaiba we are talking about. I am not a fan of the work of the mangaka and the anime. I haven't read the manga. But the thing is, to maintain such a high quality for 15 minutes it's a pretty impressive feat. And considering that the pacing was a bit shit, to be honest, because if you take into account 15 minutes full episodes, that's like 2 episodes, and the ideas introduced, expanded and analyzed and let's say delved into are not that much, and it was mostly some random stuff to try to fill in the time. I'm kind of okay with that if it's something like Kimetsu no Yaiba, but here's the thing, it got pretty interesting, and I decided to make the video in English language, a pretty short one too, to see if you guys would like to have my takes on the anime. Kimetsu no Yaiba, we have the Kokushibo. Kokushibo looks a lot like a grown-up Tanjiro or his dad, and the funny part is, I actually, when I was reacting, I thought he was the same person we saw in the flashback we had, because look, we have 3 people looking like Tanjiro, the hair and everything, and I do not think it's a stylish choice, it's an artistic choice on the part of the mangaka. I don't think any mangaka would go and actually use the same hairstyle and everything and face markings, I'm gonna get into that later on, to represent different people with no connection to each other. There must be a connection. And why do I say 3 people? First we have the first ranked upper moon, then we have the person that was talking to Tanjiro's dad or granddad, I'm not really sure which one. It kind of looks like it would be Tanjiro's granddad, because his dad kind of he looked a bit different from what we actually did get to see here. So okay, and we have the last person at the very end. Here's the thing, I did think there were 2 people, and maybe the last one was some other person and was just from same clan from Tanjiro or whatever the heck it is, and we are going to be explained about that, I guess, later on. Here's what I guess it's kind of interesting. Let's take into account what we have, the information we have. Roughly 113 years ago, one of the upper moon got killed. So, okay, that's that much time. We do know that this person that we saw in Tanjiro's memories, in Tanjiro's comatose dream or something, that I have questions how that actually happened. How did he see the memories? It looked like a flashback, not a dream. So here's the thing, here's what I'm going to talk about. This person, at the very farthest that it can be, it must be Tanjiro's granddad, my opinion. That gives us like 80 years, 70 years, 60 years, not more than that. These people didn't live long enough, man. It's not like they had babies and they grew up to be 80 years old. They died young, and Tanjiro's like, I think 14 at the time, or 15. And here's the thing, Kokushibo is the first upper rank. This person has been around before Akaza and everyone else, I guess. And if that's the case, he can't be the same person we saw, even though they have the same markings and everything. If you just look closely, they have the first mark that is, I think, is from the breathing thing that Tanjiro does. If this is the case, we can discard the person talking to Tanjiro's dad slash granddad being the same person as Kokushibo, like going the wrong way or something, and actually kind of looked like he was pretty saddened by some stuff. And here's another thing, each of them get separate voice actors, and that's pretty important. They wouldn't go around hiring more voice actors to voice over the same character. That doesn't make any sense at all. So Kokushibo, some other person, and pretty obvious. This other person we saw in Tanjiro's dream that saved Tanjiro's dad slash granddad from a demon, pretty much another person. And here is the point, the main point I'm going to make. Considering they have the same markings on the forehead and this part of the head and stuff, I'm guessing they must be relatives and close relatives, or there must be something going on with the clan or the descendants of some person probably that makes this happen. I haven't read the manga. I do not plan to read the manga because I am enjoying the beautiful show that ufotable has given us, although with all its issues and problems, but visually it's a masterpiece. Just to let you know, Kokushibo has Ryotaro Okiayu as the voice actor, the Japanese voice actor. On the other part, for the dude we have there is Kazuhiko Inoue, another person, and two different voice actors with different voice acting for different characters. The person we have at the very end, it can't be Kokushibo being like disguising himself or anything, in my opinion, because Tanjiro's nose would pick that up, in my opinion. And that's something to behold, and actually not behold, to think about. Again, pardon my English, my third language, I'm very sorry. We finally got to see the very beautiful and masterfully crafted scene in the bath with Mitsuri, and I know there have been discussions and some drama, let's say, and some stuff going on about the bath scene, but it was kind of okay. And I did get a little bit scared putting up the screenshot I took from one of the scenes, she from forward, because I do think that Twitch people would have considered that probably PORN or something, but yeah, shit happens. So beautiful, masterfully crafted, that part. Everyone was waiting for that. For some reason, we have Tanjiro being a massive party pooper piece of shit and not letting the boobs pop out. I know it's shonen, but I can't contain my saltiness at the fact. And I would like to actually remind you of some interesting fact that I do know most of us ignore and forget. Hey, Tanjiro's interaction with Mitsuri, it was pretty much his fondest memory that he could use in, let's say, imagination sessions, to not just say fapping. And nowadays we have access to the hub and it's easy to access and everything else, but back in the day, Tanjiro, with that memory, he would have to cherish that for his whole life. Although, yeah, I'm not really sure he would score with anyone else. Yeah, but that's something to remember and something to curse freaking Tanjiro about and Tanjiro for. And the last point I have to make here, the last opinion I have, the last, let's say, analysis I have of the episode, I would really like to know more about how did they keep the village a secret. It seems a pretty big deal, and I'm pretty sure it's not gonna remain a secret after this arc, because it's called the Swordsmith Village arc, and probably there is going to be battles, and if the name of the freaking village is in there, it's going to be some shit happening in the village. So here's the thing, I'm a bit concerned about how they could keep it a secret for such a long time. It seems like the Muzan and Co have been around for like several centuries now, I guess, at least 120 years, more than that, I don't remember exactly. I think there have been some figures and estimates about that in the manga itself, in the anime itself. So wouldn't it be possible for the demons to intercept one of these people and torture them to hell and get the information out of them? I pretty much believe yes, it would be possible, because come on, they are people. You torture them, you kill their families and stuff. I don't think every single one is going to be the super chat, super sigma dude that's going to be like, yeah, I'm not gonna spill the beans and shit and just kill me and stuff. I highly do not understand and believe that. Here were the takes I had on the episode. If you would like me to continue, and I will look at the data and the analytics too. I can do some stuff like that too on Kimetsu no Yaiba and other anime that are actually being broadcasted too. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day and night, and as we say in Farsi, شبتون بخیر و روزتونم بخیر.